Okay, so my name is Lisa. By the way. Okay, so let me start. Do you choose sides between Democrats and Republicans? Do you just know about them, or do you know what they believe in and fight for on a day-to-day basis? I can tell you one thing, their views on budget cuts are not the same. Some budget cuts, like facts in general, are that state budget cuts started in 2008. After that, the state funding services kept increasing. It increased in the fiscal year 2009 by 4.2%, and then when it hit 2010, it raised all the way to 6.8%. In Colorado, $400 was deducted per student. In Florida, 11 universities had a massive decrease in the tuition. In tuition. Missouri cut 46% of transportation on students. Also, now imagine, tuition is raised, you're paying out of pocket with no help, or either you get financial aid and you don't have enough help, and you lose a chunk of money, and your parents don't work, you don't work, or you're in high school and you have to get to school and you're too young to work, so you don't have a Metro card. Alright, then what happens? Students drop out of school. They lose money. Schools lose money because their budget is based on us. So if students are not going to school, then the school is not raising money, then the economy keeps dropping. Or people struggle to find a job because they don't have an experience, because they're not getting an education, because they're not in school. Alright, now let's see what the Democrats and the Republicans feel about the situation. Now, Republican views on budget cuts. A, limit the role of federal government in education. Alright, Republicans believe that a child's education is their own responsibility. So they shrink federal government programs into 5 flexible grants, or they allow federal dollars to follow children onto a school of their choice. So basically, whatever money you're getting, you know how sometimes you're limited, like you get this amount of money because you're going to CUNY, or you get this amount of money because you're going to SUNY. They feel that whatever you make should follow you to either private, public, any school that you decide to go to. And then they said expand choice by increasing the number of charter schools and expanding the education savings account. Okay. Then they also want to increase the standards of education. So they want to target increased benefits to students taking challenging courses. So if you're taking an advanced course, they feel that you should be more benefited, or you should get more money just because you're taking a course that's harder. So let's say there's somebody that's taking speech, somebody that's taking AP English. They're going to target the one that's taking AP English just because it's a more advanced course, and they feel that the child that's taking a more advanced class is more dedicated or more determined and needs more help and should be helped more because they want to get farther. Form partnerships with colleges and universities to improve science and math education. They want to specifically improve math and science because they feel like those two are the lowest in standards. Now, Democratic views on budget cuts. Education is top priority. They really feel that the education is over the top to Democrats. Qualified teachers are needed, and early literate children. They feel that if teachers are not qualified, they shouldn't work, and that they should be really reviewed and interrogated to see how well they are. And early literate children, they feel that you should learn how to read at a really early age, and that you shouldn't be promoted above if you don't know how to read. Reduce class size so that children can learn better. Democrats believe that if there is a class of 15 rather than a class of 30, that the class of 15 will score higher because it's less of them, and then the teacher will be able to focus more on each child individually, rather than a class of 30 where it's harder, because since there's so many kids, it will be harder to interact with them and know where they need help. Accountability. Democrats are really big with accountability because they feel that the bad schools should shut down, teachers shouldn't have tenure, and that the school should be held responsible for the children's results. So they basically feel that they want to get rid of all the negative aspects in education. Like, if the school is bad, why keep it open? Or if the teacher has tenured and she's a horrible teacher, why keep her because she has tenure? Or why give her tenured in the first place? And then if the school, or if the child is not scoring high, it's mainly they blame it on the school, or they blame it on the teachers that work there. So they feel that the teachers shouldn't be there, they shouldn't be working there, because obviously they're not giving their the child an opportunity to learn or to grow, because they're not helping them in the right manner. All right. Now, what you want them to decide? Do you think their heads are in the correct path, or do you believe that what they say they believe in is something worth fighting for? Okay. In conclusion, money is the key to surviving in life, whether it is to continue on with your education or to survive on a daily basis. The opportunities in life are endless if you actually go for them. Question is, are you ready to fight for them? Do you believe in the same thing that these parties believe in, or do you have a different opinion? I leave it to you. Think about it. How important is your future to you? Do you want to continue allowing people to fight for your battles, or are you ready to fight on your own? That's the Republican and Democratic symbol. And I found this and I thought it was funny because one of them is supposed to represent the Republican side and the other one is supposed to represent the Democratic side. And he's like saying bring out the budget, and then you see one with the saw and one with the scissors to represent like, okay, so I have the scissors, I want to cut less money. I have the saw, I want to just take it all out.
See, the Tea Party, they want to get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's it. And then this is a chart of the Republican and Democrats and how the budget increases and decreases based on the president. So if the president was a Democrat, it seems like it went down, and if it was a Republican, it went up. That's about it. Thank you.